Hey, I'm Sean for the Rusty Shovel Landscape Shop, and in this video I want to talk about troubleshooting automatic sprinkler valves. Okay, so you've got your installation done, but now the water won't shut off, or you can't get water through. There's probably a fairly simple fix for that, and I'll take you through the steps to check with your sprinkler valves. So basically, your sprinkler valve, there's going to be an on-off handle here. This solenoid screws on and off, and basically that's going to turn the valve on and off manually if you need to. Now you want to make sure that that's tight in the off position. So and also that the solenoid itself is screwed on there tight. So that's one thing to check. Make sure that that stuff is tight. If it's still not, if the water's still not shutting off, chances are that there's going to be something blocking the valve from shutting, and usually that's like a dirt or pebble or something like that that's got into the valve during the installation. So with these jar top valves, all you have to do is right here, screw that off. That's gonna come off here, and then if you've got water in there, this is going to be really sticky, but this is going to come apart, and chances are this diaphragm is going to stay stuck like it has here on the top of your valve. But there's going to be a spring, should be a spring on top here, so that you know how it goes back together. So there's this diaphragm, there's a spring there, and then the top sits down on top of that. So basically how your automatic valve works is there's this fills up with, the diaphragm fills up with water, and when there's pressure it can stay off, and then when it gets a signal to turn on, that water dissipates and is allowed to open up the water basically. So the next thing to check is inside here in the base. Just make sure that it's nice and clean. So if you've got sometimes what can work well is if you've got like something to push some air through there. If you can clean it out with water without creating more of a mess, that's another thing to do too. But just make sure that there's no air or any dirt or pebbles or anything like that might be stopping the valve from shutting off. So then from there, you're just going to want to make sure that that's in place. Put your diaphragm back in. Put your spring in, put your top back on, and then take your jar top and tighten that back up again. And so those are a few things to check if you're having troubles with your valve, just to make sure that it's nice and clean. If that doesn't work, then the next step is to just try and change out the valve to another one to see if that's the fix for you.